I didn't do it on Saturday because it was hard, and I didn't realize it till towards the end of the Isaac portion of the show, which was the part of the show where I was trying not to shit my pants. And then yesterday was our first day back after my day off. And I was on 4 hours of sleep. And that sounded miserable. I didn't graduate, so all this reunion talk makes me laugh. No, Wolverine, I nearly liquid shat my pants. I can't understand why nobody in high school wanted to have sex with me. I legitimately, was just sitting here having a conversation with chat, and then I got the tummy rumble. And I mean, just out of nowhere, the tummy rumble hit me like a freight train. And I was just, conversation, hey everybody, yeah, no, it's been a really good day, oh, thanks everybody for coming out. Yo, it's Saturday, so I'm really excited to have my day off tomorrow. And listen, next week we're gonna... I went, stream's over. And ran. And almost didn't make it. It was scary. I got things sorted, and then I came back and we played scary games, but it was, I was legitimately nervous, let's put it that way. I was legitimately nervous. 2 of diamonds, you say? Yeah, the beacons were lit, Gondor called for aid. It was, yo, give me flight. I know there's no reason to believe the game would give me flight on the first floor, but I would like flight very much. Or bombs. I'd take bombs as well. Yo, that's bombs, technically. That is technically bombs. Yeah, that's my stomach sounded like an angry Murloc. Hey, tell me, are you okay? So that's a no. Got it. Yo, Pat, you did the thing yesterday. I was gonna say, obviously you can't say anything. Popped into chat to say hello. I've got one more day on set. Listen, he has been cleared to share this much. Marvel Stunts is on set with, it would appear, Robert Rodriguez and Ben Affleck. Robert Rodriguez and Ben Affleck. Awesome day yesterday with some stunts and an acting beat. Got a thumbs up from Robert Rodriguez today. More stunts and I think another acting beat from me. Hell yeah, dude. Yo, you know what you gotta do is you gotta get like, I say get successful, but like, you know what I mean? Like, keep climbing the ladder. And then I want you to go do Stuntmen React on the Corridor Crew channel. That'd be fucking stellar.
The tower.
Oh no. I needed to get the bombs out of the corner more than anything else, so that I could come down here and get these coins. Boy, that'd be awesome if that was a secret room. It is not. Anyway, that's really super cool. I'm genuinely jealous. That is enviable and awesome. I would love to find my way back into acting. I'm old enough at a point where, unless I really just was like crushing it as the old guy actor, I don't think that my dreams of potentially being invited to like Free Guy 2 are gonna manifest themselves before I die. Alright, Pat, have a great one, man. Come back with all the stories you can afford to tell later on. Yeah, I think blue map early on is really okay. I don't know where I can get any more bombs, though. Well, that's not fair. I do know where I can maybe get some more bombs. I just don't want to do it. I'm feeling aggressive.
Question. This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Excellent, Bibbit. Thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub to the Wolverine. I appreciate you. Con Snow, welcome back. Got to talking with Justin about the subathon. Starts on Monday. It's coming up. I'm equal parts nervous and excited about it. It is way outside my comfort zone. Just gonna do this. It is way outside my comfort zone. It starts on Monday and ends, I mean, like, ideally, it goes on for long enough that it ends on Halloween morning. I have to hand out all this candy on Halloween night, and I'm not gonna film myself doing that. But I'm looking forward to cooking with Justin. I'm looking forward to doing Amazon watch parties. I've never seen The Descent, and I'm excited because I tried to watch Zombieland with the boys last night, but the intro, which is I think kind of the only part of Zombieland that's actually kind of gruesome, the intro was enough for both Grayson and Rory to be like, nope, and so we just turned it off. If you can get past the intro, it's my big beef with Zombieland was that the zombies just disappear for like the middle act of the movie. Not even the middle act, like the majority of the first act and the middle of the second act, there's no zombies. That's always kind of been my beef with that
the
show.
Newest denizen of the cave.
It's part of the reason I've always felt like I've definitely preferred Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead, you know, the zombies are an ever-present nuisance, not a plot contrivance. That's just, you know, they show up when it's time for, you know, action sequences. But I just sort of assumed that, like, watching Woody Harrelson find majestic ways to kill zombies would be up their alley. They were asking me to show them a scary movie, and I thought that would be okay. They balked at it, and I'm not going to force them to sit through a scary movie. Jambrew tier 1, 13 months, boo or something, I don't know. If you feel like being scared, you go ahead. I appreciate you. I have the financial independence thanks to that sub to be scared for the next several minutes, should I feel so inclined. Yeah, I'm I showed them the trailer for Army of Darkness. And they didn't get so fired up about that. I may just not give them a choice. What we started instead was we started Jurassic Park. Grayson has seen Jurassic Park, but I don't think Rory has. And they were like, the dinosaur movie? And I was like, yeah, man, it's legitimately scary, my guy. So we're doing Jurassic Park instead. The shit part is that I paid $4 to rent Zombieland. So I'm gonna end up watching Zombieland tonight, whether they want to or not, because I'm gonna get my money's worth out of this goddamn rental. Army of Darkness was one of the first places, Thermal Night, where Amber and I like bonded over pop culture. At a point in time where she like genuinely wasn't sold on me as a human. She wasn't like against me. She wasn't against me, but she wasn't convinced that I was worth her time or effort, and was right to feel that way. But then, like, she was pilfering through my DVDs while we were on the road, and she was like, "Is this your copy of Army of Darkness?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, it is." And she kind of gave me the, huh. She was right to feel suspicious, though, because I absolutely planted stuff hoping she would find it and think well of me. I have a book that is a collection of poetry by Pablo Neruda that she saw. I'm just like, whose copy of Pablo Neruda poetry is this? And I was like, oh, that's mine. I've never opened that fucking book. I brought it with me on tour and left it laying around hoping it would impress her. That book's spine has never been creased. Not once. I just did it because I wanted the nerdy book girl. Hot Daria was my nickname for my wife when I knew her at work. I just wanted Hot Daria to pay attention to me. Does she know? She's aware now. I don't think she's impressed by it nowadays. I think she hears that and she thinks to herself, that sounds like exactly the kind of bullshit my idiot husband would do. But yeah, she's aware now that I kind of pulled some bullshit on her. Yeah, I've never cracked that fucking book open. That's not to say that I didn't like read poetry. I remember honestly before my wife, I had a professor that I called him my theater dad, and I was constantly trying to do right by him, only because I have a Perthro rune. You know what? I'm alright. If one of those had been like Goat Head, I'd have gone for it. But I think I'll just, I don't know, hope for better devil deals or hope for angel deals or something. None of those really did anything for me. That implied that Daria wasn't hot on her own. I had never seen her that way. I had never seen like the hot brooding bookwormy girl that way in my head. And then Amber showed up and I was like, damn, okay, yeah, that's all right. Psycon, what's going on, brother? I watched a movie in theaters recently. There's a scene that looks like it was straight out of Jurassic Park, and I was waiting for a sudden raptor to pop up with a clever girl. What movie? Out of curiosity. Hey, Chad, have you ever found yourself... Nice.
Speed.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where maybe it's just causality because of the job that I hold? Do you find yourself often with FedEx hitting you up with tracking numbers and you didn't order anything? It happens sometimes when people send me like swag, but like FedEx is hitting me up with tracking numbers and I have no idea what's coming to me tomorrow. Oh, Bond? Dude, I can't wait to see that Bond movie. I work in purchasing, I see too many tracking numbers. Yeah, I'm getting hit up with FedEx tracking numbers right now for something from the West Coast. The only thing that I had that should be coming to me from the West Coast was the graphics card that is powering Isaac right now, thanks to Pogman. Like, occasionally I get tracking numbers for things like Discord sent me a partner package. So they sent me like a hoodie. You know, St. Jude sent me prize season stuff. So it happens, but it genuinely... Nice. It genuinely is confusing to me. I'm sure all will be revealed when it gets to me, but I'm actually kind of curious to see what's going to hit my doorstep tomorrow, and it made me wonder if other people often see their phone and go, oh shit, something's coming. I don't know what that is. It's not a 5-foot bag of candy. I mean, it could be. I've got, I don't know, probably 100 candy bars, but I still got 500 or so that should still be coming. Bomb was fantastic. They have their own hashtag. No time for spoilers. The movie's worth every penny. I've heard that this is a worthy send-off to the Craig era. I'm excited to see it. I'm not excited to go to theaters until my kids are vaccinated. Not that I'm going to take them with me, but I'm trying to cut down the number of instances that might lead to me being a breakthrough infection. And, you know, when my kids get vaccinated, we'll still mask up indoors and take precautions, but I feel like at that point we can kind of start living again. I'll get a booster, Amber will get a booster, the boys will get vaccinated. will feel better about relaxing a little. Will the tiny bombs drop you things if you have scatter and glitter bombs? I think so. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they do. It's a pinball machine? It better not. Well, I mean, listen, I'd love nothing more. Ooh, that's fucking intriguing. Yeah, I'll do that. I'd love nothing more than to have, like, so my house is split, as it turns out. I thought what I'd do is I'd go to the boys and I'd say, hey, would you rather have Mando? Because here's, like, the Addams Family tables are awesome. I've logged lots of time on Addams Family tables over my lifetime. And because they're all 20, 30 years old, it's such a crapshoot what state you'll find them in. Mostly Washington State. It's a total crapshoot as to what, you know, what condition you'll find them in. With Mando and Deadpool both being a little bit newer, like a little bit, several decades newer, I figured it was just, you know, I get something that the boy, like, instead of just catering to my nostalgia, I'll get something the boys will be more excited about playing. That's my thought process, right? So I narrowed it down to Mando and Deadpool, thinking that both the boys would pretty easily lean into just picking Deadpool. But my house is split, because I kind of want Deadpool, because Deadflip says it's the best playing table on the market. Rory wants Deadpool. Grayson wants Mando. And Amber wants Mando. I jokingly said we'll just buy them both. What's $16,000 among friends? But I am genuinely in kind of like my plan to have the boys decide for us. Talk about your all-time backfires. My boys cannot agree on what they'd like to see. One in the pergola. Yeah, it's one in the pergola, one inside. I get fake UPS delivery emails all the time. Of course, those are easy to spot because of how fake they are, because of how they word the subject. I mean, like, yeah, ultimately, you know, if I've got any misgivings about it, I'll investigate directly on FedEx by entering the tracking number. It's a real delivery. It's gonna be here tomorrow. I just don't know what it is. Generally, I have a rough idea of what's going on. Discord sent me a partner package. Something came from St. Jude, that kind of stuff. Pogman sent me the graphics card. But this time around, I genuinely have no idea what this package is. My ADHD brain orders on and off when things just randomly appear. I go, oh, I ordered something. See, mine does, like, I don't know if I have ADD or ADHD. Chat seems to be under the consensus that I have to have something. And I have no idea exactly what that is. I do know that I've got real bad attention problems. And I got a hard time just locking into something until it's done. That said, when it comes to spending money, I will say the frugal aspect of me, the part of me that hoards money, because I just never know when I'm gonna see more of it again. I overanalyze and justify or break down all the things that go into a decision for, like, spending even 20 bucks. Squint Fox kind of got on my case a little bit because I was just like, yeah, man, I spent an hour trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to buy this $20 thing on Amazon. And he was like, man, I can appreciate frugal, but that's, your time has value too, bud. Just buy the thing. And I was like, it doesn't work like that. I gotta read 20, 25 reviews for each one of these items. Speaking of which, I bought 2 of each flavor pack. Looking forward to tasting Sogo's meat sticks. Honestly, I didn't get one yesterday because first day of getting back on IF and the first day of like trying to get my blood pressure back down. So I was genuinely. I also knew I was getting like a hamburger and French fries for lunch, which calorically fit in the plan, but still that's a lot of sodium. So I was trying to cut out whatever I could yesterday. Today, I'm just getting like a sandwich brought up to me. So I'm genuinely pretty jazzed up about having meat sticks today. I didn't turn down Sogo yesterday because I didn't want Sogo. I turned down Sogo yesterday because I was trying to manage my diet. Today, I'm not having Sonic brought to me. So today, I'm pretty fired up that at exactly 11 o'clock, I'm going to put at least 1 meat stick right in my gullet. What if the $22 one is more worth it from the glowing reviews? That's important. Honestly, Frost, that'll cost me an entire afternoon. That'll cost me an entire afternoon. I do that stuff with chat's money. When I'm setting up my Amazon wish list for meme things, I will like. I've had it bite me a couple of times. The most notable one is that I put I put almost $2,000 worth of GoPros on stream gifts, and Champion bought them all in a single pass. But the problem was that Squint Fox and I had decided that what I needed was not GoPros. It was these different brand of NDI cameras that I ended up buying with my own money instead. And now all of a sudden, instead of a fun meme activity, Champion and I have the chore of getting his money refunded post-haste. And so even when I'm spending chat's money, even when I'm populating like a meme Amazon wish list, I still sit there and go, now I want to make sure that if somebody spends money on this, that I'm actually gonna use it, even if it's a meme thing. That's why it breaks my heart a little bit when Champion spends money on something like a singing pickle, which I used for 1 stream and then never used it. I haven't, clearly I haven't touched it since. But with this pinball machine, man, this is a $9,000 purchase. I've got insane buyer's paralysis from this. I inherited being a cheapskate from my dad. My grandparents would take me out for lunch. I always ordered off the dollar menu, even as a 10-year-old. I used to get buffets at like Sizzler, Skelly Jelly, and I would eat until I was 50% more full than I wanted to be. Because why would I leave that value on the table? I was the kid who used to get anxiety about people leaving food on... I used to get bad anxiety about people leaving food on the table at like restaurants. So like my parents used to take us to Red Lobster after church when I was a kid. And people would finish their meal, and I'd look down and there'd be like 1 shrimp or a handful of clams or something like that. And I'd be like, nope. I'd be like, give me that. And they'd be like, wow, you're really hungry today. And I was like, I'm not throwing that food away. It had nothing to do with like my parents guilting me and being like, oh, there's starving kids on the other side of the world. It had everything to do with me just being like, I don't like wasting food. Give me that cashish. Champion, what's going on, man? You never know when you might need a singing pickle. I've also learned that I've stopped trying to talk you out of meme expenses. I lean into those. I realize that I'm not taking money. Like, you're not skipping insulin injections to make sure that I have a singing pickle. So I've relaxed myself on that one a little bit. Better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. Yeah, over 40. Over the course of the evening last night, a shitload of Twix showed up. And a shitload of Skittles and Starburst showed up. I need to figure out how to get that fly, I think. I think I would like that fly. Boom! Pick that up and set it down, I think. I also need keys in a pretty bad way. I'll be sad when a lot of these Bethany items go away. I wish I had access to more keys. I can't help but feel like Guppy's tail is biding its time waiting to screw us over. Listen to how reasonably volumed that alarm is. Oh God, Champion, did you hear the debacle I've gotten myself into with the pinball decision? Because Rory's the second born, I just feel like he doesn't get a lot of wins. Honestly, if it was reversed, if it was Amber and Rory on one side and me and Gray on the other, it would be easier, I think. I think I would have an easier time of it. But because it's me and Rory on one side and Amber and Grace on the other, it makes it so much more difficult. If we get Mando, could we possibly get... See, that's the thing, is like, I have no idea, I have no idea if Amber has an affinity for pinball. I guess I'll have to ask her, like, if she thinks she would play it, or if she's just picking it based on if it's going to be making a whole lot of noise. What is the noise I'd prefer to hear? Would I prefer to hear? I don't know. Like, I'm genuinely curious if Deadpool is voiced by. Wasn't he voiced by? Was it Nolan North? Or Troy Baker? In the video game. And I have no idea who voiced him in the... I have no idea who voiced him in the, I have no idea who voiced him in the pinball table. But anyway. If it, like, I have no idea if it's the difference between her not, like... I have no idea if it's just her not wanting to hear Deadpool snark all day long versus Carl Weathers congratulating us and the Mando OST, or if she actually would pop in there from time to time and launch a couple of balls down the lane. Google says Nolan North. On the table or just on the video game? I would imagine if you're gonna make a Deadpool table, you go ahead and just get the voice actor. You know, you're probably not gonna be able to afford Ryan Reynolds, but you just get the voice actor who did the game. The table is Nolan North. That makes sense. Who doesn't want Deadpool snark all day? You mean the other fact that you constantly call him your favorite in front of the one putting you in a nursing home ASAP? Which one's my favorite? Ooh, I do like Toxic Shock. I wouldn't mind getting Contract from Below. Baby, you got a stew going. Bug. I adore Grayson, but he butts heads with me more frequently. And has always butted heads with me more frequently. Oh, that's true. Duality says Rory is the Mandalorian. Give me all these keys, please. Oh my god, I have flight for a little bit at least. It's gonna solve a lot of issues for me. Okay. Which one do you feel like will stand the test of time? I've never played the Deadpool one. Like, genuinely, if I played the Deadpool table, I'd be playing it solely based off the recommendation of Dead Flip. That said, I don't know anybody who knows pinball tables better than Dead Flip knows pinball tables, you know? Get the fuck out of here, game. I gotta say, Black Hole's pretty okay. You little rat bastards. I didn't see that it was a mimic. It was covered up. Yeah, if you're gonna trust the word of any one person playing pinball in the world, what table to buy when Deadflip just says buy Deadpool. And that's the thing too, is that Deadflip has said time and time again, he doesn't give a shit about Deadpool as a character. He has said time and time again that he's not a big Deadpool comic book fanboy. That he couldn't give two rips about Deadpool the comic book character. He just likes the table that much. Neat. Real question, I don't know what makes Deadpool table better than the Mando table. What makes any pinball table better than another? In my opinion, my biggest thing, because I've played a lot, like I haven't played as much as Deadflip for sure, but I've played a shitload of pinball in my day. The first thing that really influences whether or not I'm gonna enjoy a table, right out of the gate is the flow or the traffic pattern of the ball. Nothing frustrates me more than having, like, when a ball comes down a ramp or when a ball comes down like a chute or comes down like one of those little wire ramps the little tunnels that bring it down and kind of deliver it to the flippers. One of my most I'll play an arcade game over a pinball table if I'm playing a pinball table and the most natural launch trajectory of the ball coming through the flipper is intentionally designed to hit like a wall or a dead end or something that does nothing to progress multi-ball or special events. If the most natural way for the ball to come off the flipper, which is kind of like at a 90-degree angle from where it comes down the ramp, if it doesn't lead anywhere, if there's not a ramp or a target or a lit event that happens from that, if I'm just hitting like a wall that they put there where they're just like, oh, I'm gonna challenge them, every shot's gonna have to be a weird angular shot where they don't just get to home run ball the shit out of the ball. That actually like legitimately kind of pisses me off. That said, additionally, if you're doing a licensed table, if you don't do a good job of incorporating what you've licensed, if you do a Star Wars table and you've got almost no Star Wars assets in it, or it's a very flimsy paste job of assets that you've licensed, that would irritate me. Variety. The reason that I'm not going for like an old school pinball table is because frankly they just bore the shit out of me. I came online with pinball during the launch of the dot matrix displays. That said, there are games with dot matrix displays that are like the things you can do and accomplish in the game are boring as hell. Sure. I think that's actually well, I don't think that might not actually be an Angel Room pickup, but still a pretty good one. You know what I should do? Oh, you little rat bastard. Here, just... You don't get sucked into the fire? What a god. Help us keep those deal with the angel chances. Even with chaos, it just makes more sense. with certain pinball tables, almost like with gacha games, you have to pace things well. So like, if there's a game where you can get 1 billion points and everything that you hit is a big number, it feels more gratifying than something where a high score is like 1 million points, where you're just like, God, this is a fucking grind. And then there's novelty stuff. So there's like there's cool novelty stuff. So there are some pinball machines that have like an upper level of play. I've seen some pinball machines that have a lower level of play that's beneath the main surface. So anyway, those are the things, is that like, honestly, just like video games, you can take, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but you can, like, in your time playing video games, certainly you have had, listen here, you motherfuckers. Talking pinball, I don't care about you right now, Isaac. Certainly, in your years of playing video games, you've had 2 games come out relatively close to each other that were generally the same idea, only one nails it and one doesn't. And it's the same thing with pinball. With some tables, you go, oh man, I love... I'm trying to think of some of the... The problem is that I want, like, all 3 of those tables sound fucking awesome to me. It would be the difference of the, you know, it'd be the difference for me between saying, like, oh, Taffy, would you like, I'm not a car guy, but let's say, you know, would you like a Shelby, like a 1969 Shelby? Do you want an Aston Martin like James Bond drove, or, you know, do you want a pimped out luxury SUV that you can feel very comfortable and cool driving your kids around in? I'm like, all 3 of them sound fucking dope. Pork Chops, welcome back. Reg, it's nice to see you as well, sir. God, I hope, you know, I hope everything's going okay at work. I know things have been a little hit and miss these last few. I hope things are going well. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, let's just stick it in food terms. Hey, Taffy, do you want chat to buy you a Reuben, sushi, or do you want Thai food? And I'm like, they fucking all sound great. They all sound amazing. And so it's the same thing here, where I just, I won't be disappointed at any of them, but I also know it'll probably be a very long time before I get a chance to do this again, so I don't want to fuck it up, you know? Yeah, give me that big old Tears upgrade. Sci-Fi's an amazing pickup. You are absolutely right. Things are fine and dandy on my end. Good. I mean, like, yeah. Yeah. Oof. The thankless fucking thing you do, man. So thank you. Thank you for all you do at Twitch, Reg. So anywho, yeah, I've definitely played pinball machines. I've played tables where, like, I've been excited that someplace had pinball, and then I've played it, I'm like, man, this table's garbage. And I've not enjoyed it, so I've just kind of left it alone. I think that's Beelzebub. Yeah, just give me flight all the time, please, no matter what. I think I have to remind myself that if you set the D infinity, well, I don't think it'll matter. If you set the D infinity down, we found out yesterday, it loses, at least yesterday, it lost whatever charges it had going on. And that was super irritating, so I'm just not going to set the D infinity down to pick items up and set them back down.
Experimental pill.
I'm slow.
Experimental pill.
Neat. Kind of scared me for a minute, if I'm being honest. So anyway, there you go. Is it like, You know, if when you're playing a pinball machine, does it feel like the ball's just flying around? Do you feel like the master of the, like, do you, obviously you're not going to feel like the best player of the game the first time you play it, but like, after you log some time, do you feel like you're pretty comfortable, sending the ball around the table? Like, do you feel like it's got good speed? Do you feel like it's got good flow? Does it communicate what it wants you to do clearly? I can't count the number of times that I've like gotten like a multi-ball or something and I had no idea where the jackpots were. A bug and Isaac? Never. This game is perfect and everything is planned and is as it should be, just like the Master Lightning. Yeah, that's true. That's exactly it. Whoops. Sun card, you say. Everything is as it should be. No doubt about it. Yo, stop killing my boys. The moon. Alright, that's it for this floor, I guess. I probably should have killed the demon beggar, but I don't know. I thought maybe I'd find an alga's room or something. There we go. Took us a minute, but we got there. Jesus. Stingy bastard-ass game. Do you think you'll be streaming any pinball play? Also sounds like something to consider. Which one will stream better? I think they'll both stream equally well. Like, genuinely, the trickiest part of me streaming pinball, which I absolutely plan on doing, not often, but definitely once in a while, to just be like, hey, I'm playing pinball tonight. Who wants to watch? Because it's gonna be a hefty setup. Oh my god. Well, I hadn't planned on coming back to this room over and over again, but I guess I will. It's gonna be a hefty amount of setup. If you've ever seen Deadflip stream, he's got 3 cameras at least on every time, up every time he streams. One is on him, one is on the table of play, and one's on the dot matrix or the LCD display. Or OLED display, or whatever kind of display they're using. At least. So, you know, and then on top of that, he lights himself the same way I light myself in the studio. I'd have to get a ring light to set up down in the den, so it'd have to be a ring light on me, and then a microphone, either a lavalier on me or a microphone aimed at me. Potentially a microphone. No, wait, I'd have to ask him about this. I think there's a way in newer machines that they know you're gonna stream. There's a way to potentially take like a mini pin connection and run it directly from the table to whatever your streaming PC is set up. Anyway, it's a lot to set up, but I would do it because I would absolutely want. That's a tiers upgrade. Sure. What's a lavalier? It's a microphone that you can pin. It's the clip-on mic. It's the technical name for a clip-on mic. So if you've ever seen a microphone the size of a big pinto bean that's clipped to like people's lapels, that's a lavalier mic. Damn, dude, I need keys. I think Deadflip has his own custom box that plugs into the display. Deadpool grades out better in all categories on pin side. Maybe I'll just make an executive decision. I don't know. It feels weird to pull rank on Amber and Grayson. I'll just do, you know what? I'll do more research. That's it. That's just, the whole thing is I'll just do more research. I'll just keep doing research until I feel comfortable making a call. I've been looking into lav mics for gym streams. They get pricey as fuck. Yeah, I mean, like, name me anything in AV that doesn't get pricey as fuck at some point. You know? I'm like, oh man, do lavaliers get bad? Says the guy talking into the $600 microphone, into $1,000 camera, playing a video game on a $1,000 graphics card. And it's like, oh, really? Wait, you're telling me there's something to do with broadcasting, Twitch streaming, and AV equipment gets spendy if you try to go for the high end? Lord Harlequin, yeah, happy wife, happy life. That's what I'm saying is like, I don't want this, like, much like with the pergola, when you're altering the way Amber's gonna build her library, when you're altering her peace of mind based on like what noises she's gonna hear coming out of what, you know, the place where the boys currently spend their time. I have to be careful that I don't let this thing become like a testament to me not taking them into consideration. I don't want it to ever become something that she resents me for. So I'm just trying to be very careful about it. Amber whispers Mando. Amber, do you hear how responsible? I'm trying to be a considerate husband. I hope that you're appreciating that I'm not just pulling rank. I also tend to forget. You know you're getting honest takes from me. Because I also have a tendency to forget how thin my walls are. And that you can hear a lot of what I say. I think I'll just take Bluppy. Bluppy's fine. I'll take Bluppy. I love you, Liz. I'll link you reviews for each in Discord. I have no horse in this race, just wanted to... I mean, that's super helpful, Psychon, honestly. Because genuinely, that's in my mind, that's what's gonna make the difference, is I'll just research... I'm buying it with my business credit card and I'm writing it off as a tax write-off. I will have to stream it. And I just want to think about which one's gonna make the best, you know, which one gives me the best return on investment, not just as a broadcaster, but in the whole package of it all. In the grand scheme of things, which one gives me the most bang for the buck? Honestly, okay. Honestly, there is a part of me that's pleased with the idea. So many flies. Why? Sure. I'm pleased that we're kind of kicking around the idea that getting a newer table is taking the lead. I think it would be cool to stream the Addams Family just to show off how cool it is that I got a table. But I mean, the game has been around for 30 years. I don't know that I'm going to show anybody anything they don't know already, you know? It's a pretty straightforward table. I think that's part of the reason it does so well. So there's definitely a part of me that's like, as somebody whose job entails that when they play something like a pinball for people, you know, that you can hold their interest. Taffy, you've played Mando, yes. Can you play Deadpool locally? I gotta see if I can find somebody who's carrying it. I found a bunch of pinball places. some good, some bad. But I have not found the Mando machine in Richmond yet. Oh, no, sorry, I haven't found the Deadpool machine in Richmond yet. That doesn't mean it's not here, I just haven't found it yet. Deadflip really is the only person on the planet that if he just straight up tells me, he's like, no, this is my favorite pinball machine, I'm super inclined to listen to him. Yeah, the only reason that Amber is always the significant other who is super cool and super chill with us doing Mimi shit is that I've had to work, I've had to work very hard over the years to make sure that I didn't let any of it, like, cause resentment. Because I've definitely wanted to do stuff in the past where I'm like, baby, what if we did this? And she's like, absolutely not. And I'm like, but... And because I've listened, like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but because I listened... I mean, like, initially, this is gonna sound weird to you guys, but years and years ago, she desperately didn't want to be on camera. She didn't want to be on camera, and she didn't really like that I talked about anything relating to our personal life. And on some of those things, I've had to do pushback, but I've had to do pushback with like a reasonable argument to be made. Not just like, well, I'm gonna do it because I'm the man and the decider and I say so. It's always been like, well, baby, I don't know that I can do this job and not talk. I was like, I'll try to keep things that are truly personal to myself, but like, that's asking me to be a stand-up comedian and not talk about my family, you know? Like, I don't know that I can swing that. It's funny now because she streams, but originally when we first started doing this, she really badly did not want to be, and I quote, dragged on camera. It feels bizarre now, but... You definitely kind of learn and pick and choose, like, which battles you take on. Anytime that there's an incredibly memey thing that somebody, champion, asks to put on stream gifts, I always clear those with her first. I definitely clear those with her first. Because the last thing I want to do is bring something into the house that costs like $3 grand, and she's like, wait a second, this person offered you $3,000 to do blank? And you said yes when almost literally any other idea you could have come up with would have been better? And I would have been less upset about? So I definitely clear any goofy shit we're gonna do with her first, because the last thing I'd ever want to do is say yes to some stupid bullshit that's gonna be funny as hell, just to find out that she's just like, well, this is a monster headache that I would have told you no and not wanted to inherit if you'd given me the opportunity. Wonder what gave us Stompy? We have Thunder Thighs.
2 of diamonds.
We have Thunder Thighs, as a result of the Lammer Gruyere, the Lexington, Kentucky. The Let Me Get 'Em. The Book of Lamentations. Dude, I'll take another Tears upgrade happily. Dude, I'm seriously capped on Tears? Get out of here. I didn't know that. 443 is such a weird number to get capped on. I'm already super hungry today. Yo, give me that speed, please. Why am I... Oh, because of Thunder Thighs. I don't need more bombs. I'm not going to use them. I'd rather have mapping on the next floor. Yeah, the only reason I get to do goofy shit is because I clear it. Like, if she had sincerely pushed back on the subathon, I would have had... Oh my god, that was different. He doesn't do that very often. she had said no to the subathon, I would have had to have backed out, but... Every time there's a big goofy-ass thing that is meant to happen in this channel, I have to sales pitch it. I have to frame it so that it sincerely looks like we need me to do it.
Degas.
Sorry, just trying to do all this in the right order. Generally, I'd be all over that. Like, listen, Tech X is great. I just don't want to deal with the noise of it. Like, if I'm being 100% honest, I just don't want to deal with the noise of it. Huh. I wonder if I'll make back more than 3 hearts off of that. I don't think I will. Alright, well, these items have all been just screaming hot garbage. With the exception of Tech X. And the Satanic Bible, but I feel like the Satanic Bible is just too little too late. I would just spend the entire time trying to get that money back. I think I'd rather have the fuse cutters. Sorry, when I say money, I mean what I spent on the item. I would just spend the entire time trying to get the hearts I spent on the item back. Do you know you can search where certain pinball machines are via Stern's website? No, I had no idea. Lord Harlequin, is that? Yo, that's amazing. Oh, that's super cool. I've been just intuiting this bullshit. I am Eric. I've been going around getting like word of mouth from the local Richmond pinball scene. I've been going around doing word of mouth from the local Richmond pinball scene. And that's really it. And then just like searching them online. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Oh, that's dope as hell. I really do want to play I really do want to play Deadpool. Like, I saw that Pluto from Twitch had the Avengers table in his house, and so I initially just I initially just assumed that the Avengers would be at the top of my list. The Avengers was in the top 3. No, the Avengers was it was number 4. Of what I've played, Avengers was 4. But in the grand scheme of things, honestly, there's an area where you hit a pin that's like sticking up in a circle in the middle left of the board, and when you hit it, there's a flipper right there. When you hit it, it spins the pin around, and that's Doctor Strange's sling ring. It's pretty cool. I like it. I've seen that kind of stuff on games before, and I like that very much. The problem that I have with that is that the sling ring is directly in line with where you also have to shoot from that flipper to, I think, 2 different ramps. And so, like, there are a couple of times where it's like you line it up perfectly and you try to shoot the top right ramp, and it's all like lit up and indicated, and you're like, all right, I'll shoot the lamp. Or I'm sorry, I'll shoot the top right ramp. And you go to shoot the top right ramp, and instead of hitting it, you hit the sling ring, and it's like, oh, well,
Judgment.
I'll get it next time, I guess.
Judgment.
I found that I hit it an awful lot on accident, and it really would irk me. So there's definitely a part of me that would love to get my hands on Deadpool before I commit to 10 grand to get one in my house. Come on, man. I could be done by now. Thank you. Yeah, that works just fine. That works just fine. Yeah, shoot the ramp and Doctor Strange ruins everything again. I mean, that said, I still really enjoyed the Avengers table. I just liked Mando and the Addams Family better, and
Someday, Bumbo, lucky Bumbo, someday the Bumbo is a bad Bumbo.